Let's try that one again. Sorry guys, I forgot to flip the phone. Hope everybody's doing well. It is a weird day. The sun has been trying to come out all day, but of course now it's just sticky, hot, and humid and yucca-doodle-dandy out there. I didn't see anybody else on, so hopefully I'm not stomping on anybody's live stream. If I am, just remember I always do repost my lives. So hello scrappers, scrapettes, and scrapazoids. I'm back from a fairly large pickup. I'd like to be working outside, but it's a little bit windy and it's kind of noisy, and so I decided to come back inside, which I really don't like to do. A lot of you guys have been asking if I'd mind doing some item-specific teardowns, and that's what I'm going to do today. I have a couple of computers. You know, busting up PCs is no great shakes, but I had people who said they really like the content when I break down specific computers, so they have a reference if they get one. So that, my friends, is what I'm going to do. I have two computers here. This one is an E-machine. I think that's an old IBM. I don't know, it's got a mark on it that I'm not sure what it is. And I really don't remember whose is what anymore. Alright. I have been busy. I've got to get that load out of the truck because I really want to go to the scrapyard tomorrow, and can't do that if my truck is full of crap, huh? Alright, so this is an old E-machine running Windows Vista. It says it has an AMD Athlon. That should be a nice pin CPU if it's all still in there, of course. Hi Nathan, welcome. Guys, don't forget, please do hit the double tap the screen really quick. The likes really help the channel a lot. It helps the algorithm. Windows Vista Premium, AMD Athlon X2 processor, NVIDIA GeForce integrated video card, DVD, RW, super multi-function dual layer optical drive, 320 gig hard drive, 3 DDR2 memories, 15-in-1 digital media manager, and a partridge in a pear tray. So she's an oldie, guys. This one's an oldie. I just picked this up this morning. I have a gentleman who he's in the tech field, but he's got more computers than he knows what to do with, so he called me to do a pickup today, which I was happy to find. And you know what's going to happen. I'm going to do this one live, and it's going to give me a hard time just because it can. Hello, Michael. Yes, I know it's been a while. I'm sorry. Nothing wrong. It's just a lot of stuff going on, and unfortunately, when there's stuff going on, something has to go, and in this case, it was the TikTok. So, I should rephrase that. We're going to attempt to take apart an E-machine. Yeah, this has got a cover, I think. I don't remember taking one of these apart in recent memory. I'm looking for a latch. And if it aggravates me, I think it's got a cover. I think it's going to just lift off is what I think it's going to do. I'm working on a very small desk, but so we got a couple things going on. I got a couple of buyers interested in doing some bulk sales. That's always kind of fun. What I've been up doing, I've been up working on my website, just trying to update what's actually in stock so people can order what they want, and so on and so forth. That'll save me a little bit of shipping and such. Let's see if I can bring this up a little bit. There we go. Hi, Trash to Treasures. How are you? You know what's going to happen. I'm going to pick out of the millions of computers I got. I'm going to pick the ones that's going to give me a hard time. You know that, right? There we go. So it said it has an AMD, so I already know I'm going to get a pin CPU out of here. I have been selling my power supplies without wires directly to the yard. This junky spaghetti wire is getting $1.05 a pound right now. So if I do 10 computers, I should have close to 10 pounds of wire right off the bat. That's awesome. You should also check for gold connector ends on these. So how's the weather in your part of the country? I'm in Connecticut and it's ominous out. It looks like we're going to get some rain. The good thing is that way I can stay inside and scrap stuff. The bad news, I ain't going to get my grass cut. I have all of this stuff packed in 25-pound boxes and it's just stacked. That works out really well for me. I can't really manage to carry too much more than 25 pounds. People want to order 100 pounds, 1,000 pounds, whatever it is they want to do. They can just come and pick the box. It works out really, really well. I don't break my back and have heavy scrap all over my house. This is possibly dirty brass. I don't know, you can throw it into dirty brass and see if your yard is nice enough to give it to you. They might, Rabbit, they might. What else is going on? I've got the house put back together. That feels great. Thank you for becoming number 25 in the Fan Club Trash to Treasures. Appreciate you. Yeah, so imagine that. $1.05 a pound for this junk spaghetti wire. You want to make sure you get any of these. This is gold connector ends. And so will Zach over at sellartcellularboards.com. You know, save about 1 million of them and maybe you'll make $1. Yeah, there's always check your SATA ends, guys. A lot of times they have gold. Kind of depends. Just like everything else, always double check. Gold. Gold! Didn't get, I thought I was going to get a graphics card in here. They may have already removed it. And the video card is usually a graphics card. This is going to be some old chunky RAM. I'll take that all day. That's right, it said DDR3 right on the, it said DDR3 on the cover. And that looks like DDR3 to me. Scrap value, guys, there's really no resale on the DDR3. You know, as far as a per item or per stick price. Boy, my mouth don't want to work today, tell you. That's unusual. Hello, Steve, welcome in. Yeah, if you like, you know, scrap chat and computers and computer recycling and learning how to take apart computers. Hi, Edsel, how are you? I know it's been a while. Well, like I said, nothing really wrong. I've been trying to keep up with just keeping some videos up and stuff, trying to get back to my Sunday morning lives, but we're getting there. So this will pop off really, really easy. You want to make sure you want to pop off these screws. That's just a C-clip. I don't have the right pliers up here with me. Just pop that out, push that through. You can also bang it out with a hammer. And take all this off, run a magnet over it. This is extruded aluminum. And don't let your yard tell you it isn't. Mine's been telling me that for months, and I finally said to them the other day, well, why are you not giving me extruded for this? You know it's extruded. I know it's extruded. We all know it's extruded. Why are you not doing it? He said, because we need a lot of it. We have to bale it. I said, well, you know, you couldn't tell me that a while back. I said, because, you know, you're giving me old sheet on this. I said, there's not a speck of metal on this anywhere. Nicely, you know, I didn't get in a fight with the guy or anything like that. I don't fight with people. I really don't. I'd rather go in, have a nice discussion, and, you know, ask why or why not. Something is what it is, you know. It's a much nicer way to be. Anyway, he said, he said, well, we need a lot of it. We need, like, a Gaylord box. Hello, Patrick. How are you? How are things over in beautiful Ireland? Shark Scrapper put up a nice post this morning. I had written to him. He's over on the YT, guys. But I had written to him and said, hey, Sharky, do you have any ideas about, you know, how we can increase our chances of not getting ripped off by a dishonest buyer? And not that I have been, or not that I plan on being. I know enough about business not to let that happen to me. But I'll tell you, you know what? Nobody knows this business better than Shark Scrapper does. So he dedicated his video today to me and my question. I thought that was really cool. I figured he would do it on his live stream on Sunday, but yeah. Hello, Vintage. I haven't fired up that amplifier yet. I'm going to. I got this really old-looking vintage amp. I'm afraid to fire it up because I'm afraid it's going to blow up. It's got tubes in it and stuff. So I'll get this screw off right here, and that screw off. So you're just going to get these screws off. Remember, if you're trying to assemble a lot of extruded aluminum, if you run the magnet over and you get one little piece of metal where the yard does it, they're going to downgrade your whole load. So you got to be careful with it. You know, like I said, I got to clean that. I got to get the screw off. I got to get these little guys off. You know, things like that. I don't need to do that on camera. This is kind of a waste of time. This is not dirty aluminum just because it's dusty. I'm actually in my, I'm in the entryway. Still trying to get the basement back together. You know, they take their time with things. May 12th will be 1 year that we actually had the flood, Mother's Day. And, tell you, I'm still not, the main floor is done. I still don't have appliances, but it's just me here, you know. I have a microwave, a convection oven, and a hot pad. All right, so with 10 seconds of work, now I have extruded aluminum. He says if I don't bring him in enough, he's got to put it in with cast. I'm like, that's some BS. So he said, you know, bring me in 4 or 5 garbage cans full, you know, and I'll pay you 40 cents a pound more. I said, well, ain't that special? Copper motor. So anyway, yeah, you know, you gotta ask, you know, you gotta ask, and you know, it's a commercial yard. They're actually the biggest yard in the United States. They're one of the biggest countries. Thanks for all those likes, guys. I appreciate it. Appreciate that. I just hope I'm not stomping on Southern Scrapper. I didn't see him on, but you know, I'll post this up as a video anyway since it's instructional. Like I said, a lot of people are asking, you know, please can you show us how to take this computer apart or that computer apart? And, you know, I don't mind doing that. I think it's useful to somebody who's not in the field to know what's in the computer before you go and offer anybody money for it. If you can get it free, you're doing much better. I don't buy iCore computers at all anymore. I scrap them. That's it. I said, you know, there's nothing in it. I don't even buy them anymore. I mean, I think board sort's at $2 a pound, and half of that has to, and then, you know, half that again for shipping. I do have a local buyer, though. At least I think I do. I'm supposed to go to meet with them maybe next week sometime, and then I've got this other fellow from New York who is interested in purchasing e-scrap from me. So we're hoping those two things go through. I have the potential to sell probably all of the e-scrap I have. You know, I'm not rushing anything. I'm not getting all flipped out about it. I'm just going to keep doing what I do it, and I believe it when I see the money in my hand. But it really, it is two very good opportunities, and I would be a fool not to pursue both. So we are doing that right now. I'll keep you posted on that as it goes along. Okay, again, check for gold. I don't see it in this one. I don't see it in that, so I'm not going to bother taking it off. This is an older computer. This probably, there'll probably be a date on this CPU. Let's see if I can get that for you. You usually get a little switch like this on these kind of computers. That's got a silver contact in there. I got a bucket of those going too. A lot of stuff I send to people who are, you know, follow my channel and stuff. Sometimes I'll purchase something from me and I'll toss in some extras like Mylars or things like that. Or somebody who's given me some really good advice. You know, a lot of us just send stuff off to each other. And that's a nice part of this community. We have the nicest scrapping community. Really nice people. Really do. Scrapping community and the gold community are just lovely people. I think my flash school is those little kitty cat guys. Hi, Proud. How are you? How'd the duck race go last night? I was in bed by 6, but I had been up at 5, so 5 a.m. and I went to bed at 6 p.m. I can't get used to the time change. I really can't. As soon as it's light out, you know, my body says time to get out of bed. And the second it starts to get dark, time to go to bed. I live alone. I don't care. Do what I want when I want here. It's kind of nice. So no really extra cards. That just goes in with your Goldfinger cards. That's an old, like, you got mail modem card. Not modem, you know what I mean, telephone card. This is, oh, it wasn't last night. I thought you were having the Big Beans race. Is that tonight? Maybe it's, sorry, maybe it's tonight, huh? Proud's having a Big Bean duck race, him and Scrooge. So here's another really nice CPU. If it says Ryzen on it, handle it with a lot of care. Both board sort and cellular boards are now buying. Wow. I wish I got paid today. I'd be sending you some beans, Proud. My pay schedule is every other week, and it's a pain in the neck. So this is an AMD. I think it's an Athlon. 2005, which gives you an idea around the age of this computer. So 2005, and that makes sense because that there. So yeah, cellular boards and board sort are both starting to buy Ryzen chips. So if you're handling AMD chips, be very careful, huh? All right. Now, as far as this board goes, let me see. I got one more screw I missed here. I know I did. It's me. Missing a few screws, usually in my head. Come on. Yeah, so this video is actually in response to the request that I've had from a couple of my subs to, you know, please show when I'm taking apart specific computers, and I don't mind doing that. You guys don't want to see me scrap another iCore as long as I live, I'm sure. I don't want to do one. And unfortunately, that's what's coming in. So, first thing you do is you're going to get the board. You're going to get the battery off the board. You can't sell with the battery in. Your buyer will downgrade your whole lot. And it's illegal. These can catch fire. So, I keep mine in a coffee can, and our local transfer station will take them. Alright, so product of China. This is something you'll want to take for yourself. This is a crystal oscillator, and people who do silver refining, you know, you save up a few million of them, they'll buy them from you. I do save those. The board itself, though, is really not of good quality. the gold quality is here. What the hell did I get restricted for? I didn't even say anything. I hate TikTok so much, I really do. I didn't even say anything. Annoying as heck. You know what I did? I said sell when I talked about these. Stupid TikTok. I'm not selling, I'm just saying. Don't say the word sell, guys. That's the word that triggers the triggers it. I don't really care because I'm going to repost it as a video, so I don't really care. I've gotten to the point I don't care about it anymore. Here's your value. Right here. So that's where you're going to get your gold from. And let's see. Let's see if there's a BGA under here. I got a feeling it's going to be a flip chip. I don't think it's going to be a gold banded. Always cover up when you pop these guys. You don't want to get a face full of these scraps. That could really hurt. I swear to God, Proud, I'm going to do a lottery. How long does it take D to get restricted? Yeah. So you got a flip chip. You don't have a gold banded BGA. That brings the value of the board down as far as potential resale to a refiner or board buyer. But this gold is good quality. This will be good gold. The gold in here will be better quality because the board is pre-2020. So this goes as what we call an AMD board. It says Series socket AMD right on it. That's an AMD board. They grade those right up there with iCore boards. You know, that's those. Those is those. Not a lot of gold on there, but there is good gold in here. The iCore boards just don't have that much stuff in it. Should not be kept with the top on it and wax paper in between? Okay. Hey, Proud, what's the safest way to store those then? Because Proud is an IT guy, so if he's got advice, I'll be glad to listen. Unless they're taped. Yes, I tape them. I tape them in painter's tape. Yes, I do, and thank you for mentioning that. Thanks, Proud. That's an important safety tip. Guys, Proud, Proud to be Country, who's an IT guy, says if you're saving those, tape them. Don't put them in. You don't want them to touch each other is what it comes down to. So you want to make sure they're taped or wax paper or something. Yeah, I keep them in something airtight. I don't keep those around the house. I don't keep lithium batteries. Thanks, Proud. That was a really good safety tip. I appreciate that. And that, my friends, is why it's good to have subscribers who are in the field. Absolutely. That was great advice. Thanks, buddy. Keeping each other safe. Now if you could just figure out how to keep them from getting restricted. Alright, so this is an optical drive. There probably is gold recovery in here. And there we go. I just sell these as media drives because of time. They weigh about 1.4 pounds. This computer has evidence of having gotten wet. I do have 2 or 3 vintage buyers who I save these for, and they asked for those. I'm on a couple of really good websites that and Facebook pages that really have been awesome. I'm dying to get my mitts on the old computers. He's got a bunch of pre-Lenovo IBMs, and man, I can't wait to get my mitts on those. But I got to empty my truck first, so he's got another bunch of computers for me too, and a bunch of really old laptops. I wish I had the time to scrap them all. I think I'm going to put the old laptops aside. Those would be a good winter project. Right now I'm up to my proverbial belly button in computers. So you could take this apart. You could take the board sort buys them. So does SellYourBoards.com. There's good gold here. There is gold under here because of its age. I'll do a comparison on those in another video. I'll take some newer ones and some older ones and show you what's in there. Can I come in the box for a second? Sure, Proud. You hit the request thing. I'm not really good at that kind of stuff, so if you hit the request and I answer you back, I'd love to have you in. Do I request you or do you request me? I don't know how to do that. I'm not really good at that stuff yet. I was wasn't following you? You gotta be kidding me. I requested. How do I do this? I'm not good at this, Proud. I'm sorry. I'll have to have you teach me how to do that too. Let me, oh, wait a minute. You know what it is? I'm on the wrong phone. Monitor phone certainly isn't going to help me. Hey,
There
buddy.
we go. It worked.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Dee?
I'm good. Getting ready for the big trip?
Yeah, slowly but surely we're getting there. I wanted to let you know why you got restricted. It's not because you said anything about selling or anything like that. It's specifically because the algorithm points out when you say sellyourboards.com or anything like that.
Oh, so I should call
Or
board store BS. I don't think Chris will like that very much.
I call it sort of boards. As long as they can't figuratively point it out exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I had to stop doing that too, because it all the time, especially if you say like I call it the Zon,
Yeah.
or the Bay, those things.
Bay of E.
Yeah. So yeah, it picks the board sort up too as well. So
Well, thank you. I never really thought those would become an issue. But
well,
okay. Well,
it,
thank
it
you.
it's because you're giving out a specific website when you say sellyourboards.com.
Ah.
So yeah, it picks that up and it's like, oh, that's not TikTok.com.
Well, thank you very much, and thank you for your advice about the batteries. That's a good safety tip for everybody. I neglected to say tape them and put them in the coffee can. So
Yeah, I
thank you
mean,
for that.
I heard that and I was like, ooh, I wonder if someone stuck their hand in a bucket full of them the other day and found out that they'll give you a real good shock if
Yeah,
you.
little metal on metal. That'll get your attention.
Yeah.
What are you
All,
playing with?
all right, I'll jump back out of here.
All
We
right,
just
thanks for the tip. I appreciate it very. Whoops, I lost you. Thank you, Proud. Guys, if you're not following Proud to Be Country, he's a really good one. And Scrooge McDuckin. Proud knows a lot about IT and yeah, anything followed by .com. Well, that was good advice. Wasn't it nice of him to come in and tell me? Hopefully we got a nice bunch of folks in here. So I'm going to leave this one be. I think I'm going to be done for a little bit. I'm getting hungry. I'm going to go out and get lunch. And there's my battery. I'm going to tape that and put it in a plastic jar. But yeah, I take those to the transfer station on a daily basis. We actually have a good transfer station here in town. They take everything, all the things we don't want around our house. So yeah, thanks Vintage, thanks Proud. No matter how long you've been at this, you can still learn stuff. And like I said, this is the kind of community here we have. Everybody just pitches in to help everybody else, and it's a beautiful thing. All right, guys. So I will post this up for you as the e-machine scrap out, and I've got another Dell back there, but I am gonna go get lunch, I think, and I have a feeling Southern Scrapper might be going on at around 12. So anyway, thank you for joining us. It was good to see everybody. I promise you'll see more of me. That could be a good thing or a bad thing. Just a quick wrap up. It was an AMD, it was an e-machine socket motherboard, low grade, goes right in with your iCores. There's no really good chips on the board except for your CPU, but you do have better gold recovery if that's your bailiwick. These are okay for that, but not for any chip recovery. They throw these in with iCores, so that shows you where they're at. Okay, I've had my learning experience for the day. Adios, everybody. Be well. Goodbye, Ed. Have a good day. Patrick, if you're still here, have a good day. Be safe. And everybody else, St. Augustine guy, welcome in. I'm sorry I'm leaving, but I'm going to put this up, like I said, I'm going to put this up as a video. And, that way you can guys go back to it if, you're scrapping out something and you want to see what's in there. Please, by all means, use my 10 years of taking computers apart to help you. All right, everybody. Arrivederla, arrivederci, buonasera, buongiorno, whatever it is you want to say. Have a good day. Bye. Oh, if I'm doing a video from my pod, does that make it a podcast? Haha. Bye. I couldn't resist. Bye, guys. Have a good day, everybody. Stay dry.